Throughout the season, you're going to see running backs hit off and on your waiver wire, and you're going to wonder if you need to pick them up, if they are worth your time. A lot of it's just game script dependent. A lot of it was just their moment. A lot of times they just crossed the end zone a couple of times, had a big day, and then they revert back to normal. And then there's other times that running back stumbles into an opportunity where they can be used for a few games in fantasy, or they could be a spot start here and there, or they're that unicorn that is that RB1, RB2 that you're using for the rest of the season. But we saw this in week 1 from Kyren Williams as he crossed the goal line multiple times on Sunday, looking good, seeing a lot of snaps. And we got to cover the stats from that game and let you know whether you need him or not for your fantasy team as you make your decisions for the waiver wire this week. This series covers player by player and goes into a deep dive, so you have that information to know who to pick up and what you want to do with these players. That being said, you need to hit that subscribe button right now, because this is the only channel out there doing deep dives on the waiver wire players, the unknown players, the breakout players, and then also helping you set your lineups and helping you win your league. So hit that button right now. Stop missing out. But we talked about Kyren Williams a lot last year, and that was due to his ability to be using the passing game. Plus, he was on IR. You could stash him in your IR spot a lot last year to see what happens. And now we saw that pop-off game. 17.4 PPR fantasy points, 15 carries, 52 yards, 2 touchdowns, averaged 3.5 yards per carry in a game script that was very beneficial to the running backs. Very opportune. The Rams were clicking. They were able to really muster some scoring on the Seattle Seahawks, which was good to see. Looking at Kyren Williams here, looks like he's earned a huge role in the offense. He's good on passing downs. He's a good pass blocker. He's at the right spot at the right time. Good at catching the ball out of the backfield. He's a smart player. He finds the hole. Whatever the coaches call, they're going to get with this guy, so they know what they're getting from play to play. He doesn't have the upside as a top-tier back, but there are some good things from a coaching perspective that you like from Kyren Williams. He's very nitty-gritty in some of these aspects. Looking at some of the stats here, the advanced metrics, he ran 28 routes in this game. Used in the passing game, that's almost as big as the targets, because he's being wheeled out there on routes, and if the wide receivers aren't clicking, or there's a couple series where the wide receivers aren't getting open, he's going to get some of those checkdowns. He's used a lot in the passing game. So in PPR, you're going to want Kyren Williams. You're going to be interested in him at least because of that usage in the passing game. Certain game scripts is going to allow him to fire. Due to his role here, he's also being used in the slot a tiny bit. He had 3 snaps in the slot. Pass blocked on 7 plays. That means he's mostly used as a receiving threat out of the backfield. He outsnapped Cam Akers 53-28 and had a 65.4% snap share. That is on the bottom grid there from the spreadsheet that I pulled this morning. He was a rookie last year coming back from injury, and we didn't know what was going to happen with his backfield last year, but we knew he was good in the passing game. We knew he could get this opportunity if things fired. It didn't, but now we're seeing things go its way, come its course, and Kyren Williams getting some opportunity in the passing game, showing his goods, showing what he can do. And then you look here at his draft profile, fell to the 5th round last year's draft, 5'9", 194, from Notre Dame. A lot of people like this guy. A lot of people love this guy coming out of the draft. He has a huge fan base, and he was pretty prolific at Notre Dame, was very productive, had some pop-off moments. Looking at the size of just athleticism, this is the sticking point for a lot of people, and this really, really hurt his draft stock, and one of the main reasons why it fell so far in the draft. 4.65 40-yard dash, not the burst score you wanted, not the speed score you wanted. Smaller running back that is tested slow when it comes to the 40. Agility is not really there when you test it outright, but the dominator rating's there. Shows he can be productive. College target share, 88th percentile. Another metric showing you that he could be used in the passing game. And then looking at his production at Notre Dame, 1,100 yards as a sophomore, 990 yards in his final year there, 5.3 yards per attempt, and 4.9. He can be productive at the college level. 3.71 yards after contact per attempt, 25 attempts of 10 plus yards or more, 55 of those on his career. so he can be explosive. He can do that in the field, but that's at the college level. However, what we like about him is how he's using the passing game. He is very dependable, runs a lot of routes, catches the ball in the backfield, finds the running lane. He's very assertive. We see that on tape from him. Those are some good things. Looking at the schedule here, Niners, Bengals, Colts, Eagles. It's not super optimal, but we have to let things shake out here. The Niners might stifle this run game, make it very geriatric, because they are tough and hard-nosed. Long-term, you're going to get some opportunities here and there. Got to let things shake out, too, due to injuries. Can really impact some matchups. But looking at touches, looking at snaps, he's on the field. He's getting opportunities. He's running routes. This team looks like they're going to be throwing the ball a lot. They look like they're going to be pushing it downfield. And you got a running back here who's going to be on the field for passing down work, running routes. Not use much the pass block because they like using him in the flat in the passing game, because they showed you that in the stats right there. That means opportunity when those game scripts pop off, and they need to use them because things aren't firing downfield with the wide receivers, and they need to use them as an outlet. So Kyren Williams gives you outside there. Multi-touchdown games like we saw last week might not be in the cards too often, but if you need a running back who's getting touches and targets, that might be a guy you want to look at because he is on the field. If you like Cam Akers going into the season and you wanted a running back off the Rams offense, maybe you like Kyren Williams because they are proving they can move the football with or without Cooper Kupp. They showed it last week. So there's a chance if they're continuously moving the chains, he's going to get some opportunities. You need him because you need a running back with touches. That's why you need him. You need a running back who's getting touches in an offense that as of 1 week into the season, they are moving the football. And that's what you want. You want running backs who get touches on a team that moves the football. That's about it. I get it. There's some things in this game I don't like. I don't like the athletic profile. I don't like what we saw last year. But you need a running back that gets touches. He's getting touches. He's getting opportunities. He's running routes. What I like most of what we saw from Sunday is the routes ran. He ran 28 routes. That's a fair amount of routes being ran. And that means there could be opportunities in the passing game. That's why I would chase him. I would not chase the touchdowns. I would not chase the point total. I would chase the routes ran if I was looking at him. I would also be looking at him because he got a lot of snaps. He's getting a lot of workload. He's getting a lot of opportunity, which is what you want out of running backs. Really, with running backs, you're either chasing the top guys or you're chasing the guys getting touches and opportunity, because that opportunity could spike one way or the other on any given week. And if you're hurting at running back, that's probably what you're going to need, at least for some stable production. You don't need them because you don't trust the Rams running backs, because I wouldn't either. I wouldn't trust this team with the running backs because they can push it downfield. You're not going to see him get double-digit touchdown games. This is probably a fluky game. Probably going to be up and down all season. But if you need a running back who's getting opportunity and that's it, and that's your expectation, like, hey, he's getting snaps, he's getting touches, I'm going to throw him in here and there. If you got that expectation, cool. But if your expectation is 2 touchdown games, 17 fantasy points a game, you're going to get burned really bad. You're going to get burned really bad because that's not him. That's not him. He's a guy who's earned opportunity. He's earned touches, maybe a spike week here and there, a few bust weeks here and there, maybe some stable production here and there, but you're not going to catch top-tier upside from this guy. So you really need to hammer your expectations here. When it comes to me, I don't see me having too many fantasy teams where I'm so decimated at running back where I have to make this move. So you don't have to make this move. When I look at him and I look at the upside, I see the offense moving the chains really good, getting him some opportunity, but I also don't see him giving you that nuclear upside as well. However, if I have some holes in the running back position, if I went 0 RB, hero RB, and I'm willing to flip my last running back or whatever to get him because I'm just shooting for upside and I'm really turning and burning the waiver wire, then sure, Kyren Williams. But that's with the expectation that I'm going to turn and burn him later down the road if it's not going to fire in the next couple weeks. That's it. He's a turn and burn piece. You're going to see what happens. He's probably going to be that hot potato with the waiver wire. We're probably going to do a lot of videos like this with him because he's probably going to have pop-off games, low games, people wondering what to do with him because he had a low-scoring game but a ton of touches. had a high-scoring game, but the game script was weird, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot more videos on him because we did last year, and everybody had questions about him. Everybody was intrigued, and you know what? You don't have to get him right now. You do not have to get him. I don't see him as a need, but if you want a running back who's getting touches and you're at that point already into the season and it's week 2 and you're hurting and you need a running back who's getting touches, he's a touchback. A running back who's getting touches might get you some spike weeks if the game script gets there, maybe, but I wouldn't count on him. I wouldn't count on him to be your prolific scorer. I would count on him just to get you some touches and you got everything spackled up at the other positions. That's how I look at him. So when you read the title of this video, you really need to watch the whole thing to get the whole take, because I'm going to give you the takes from all different angles on these players with different strategies and philosophies. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. I want to hear about it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. Catch you on the next video.